Okay, just accept the recording. Oh, we'll see you later if you don't. Okay. Okay, you guys ready? I'm gonna count it down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Say cheese. Okay, I got a few pictures. Okay, so now I'm gonna share my screen. And I'm sorry, after I share my screen, the Zoom thing like just does what it does. And I can't like now, what just happened? Okay, here we go. Perfect. Okay, so today's Tuesday the 29th. Thank you for being here. Each talk, I'm just gonna go through it. Each talk is 5 to 7 minutes. Did anybody have any concerns about that? Okay.
Getting it stuck to 7 minutes.
I'm sorry?
Just getting it stuck within the 7 minutes.
Yes, your talk needs to be between 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what you're rehearsing, okay? Is that okay?
Yeah. Just working on it. Yeah.
Okay, and then what we're doing is, and I think Chris already had you all do this, so we have each speaker, sorry, we have blocks of speakers coming. That way, if one speaker is done faster, then we just have more people there. Does that make sense? And we can just get through it quickly. So the idea, I'm just gonna run through the day really quickly. The idea is that, before I run through the day, let me just bring this up. We're not inviting any volunteers to be there. So there's not gonna be anybody coming to watch or anything. So really, in the very beginning, it's really just gonna be me, Chris, the film crew, who you all will meet in just a little bit, the Aurora staff, whoever's there, the speaker coaches, and the speakers themselves. And that's just for everyone's safety. And does that make sense?
If we're lucky, maybe a little media.
Yes. So we had Veronica through Amy, or Veronica and Amy, both of them together. They're doing all the press releases, and I think they sent a media advisory about coming to. We may have media coming to, like, do a story of you doing your speech on stage, which would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the scenes, right? That'll kind of get everyone excited. So that's happening. So with that said, arrival means that Chris and I are somehow going to figure out how to get everything there. I know, Chris, you have the rug.
Mm-hmm.
And then do you have the sign that you ordered? Did it come in?
It should be here tomorrow. It's close.
Okay. And then the signs that A&M is making, I think I may be able to pick those up.
They're huge. They look awesome.
Yeah, and so I'm just gonna like cross my fingers that I can pick it up. Otherwise, they're gonna need to deliver. Does that make sense?
Oh, we can find somebody to pick them up.
I think we're gonna have to find somebody to pick up. I don't think they can deliver.
Okay. So if my car can't, then we'll figure it out.
Sure.
All right. I'm open Thursday if you need it, Lisa.
Okay. So I'm just gonna put your name here if you don't mind.
And then
all
just
you're
send me the
doing is-
details.
Yeah, and signs from A&M. So all you'd be doing is just picking up and dropping off at Aurora.
Okay, and we live close by, so that's even better too.
The sign's big too, Sarada. You have to have a truck or something.
Well, okay, like we have, we can talk about it, see if it works.
Yeah, so I have a car too, but I mean, I don't know if it's big enough. Maybe we need like a truck. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So, but we'll figure it out between all of us. I'm sure we'll figure it out. So the people who are coming,
Lisa?
yes?
Lisa, if it all comes apart, let me know. And I do have a truck. So Friday, I might be able to go get it.
Okay, perfect.
So if it's so big, it's like I get big.
Yeah.
I'll have stories to tell, but let me know, because if by Friday morning, if you haven't solved it, let me know and I'll try to figure out how to get a truck and get it over here.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks, Debbie.
Okay, thank you. So, so the goal here is that only the people who are working it are going to be there in the beginning. And the goal here is that we would just want to set up the stage before the guests arrive, our guests of honor, you speakers. So you can come early at 9 if you want, if you're part of a group 1, but just know that we're not even going to be doing anything with you until 10. Does that make sense? So you're going to need to arrive like 9:30, so that way you can start to get comfortable, okay, in this space, okay? Okay, so then we have a schedule of speakers already set up. We have Lorena filming first, then Rudy, then Maria. And then the way I had it set up originally, I guess I kind of messed up maybe. I did have 4 speakers coming in group 1. Is there anybody who doesn't mind moving up from group 3? Isaac, Deanna, Tim, or Belkis, can you do it in the morning?
I heard
Isaac has an SAT.
He has an SAT?
He has the SAT that morning.
Okay, but who can then? Can anybody?
I will.
Tim? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Yep.
Okay, so then that just kind of, just for the timing, right? I think if we can knock out as many people as possible, and that way it just may go a little faster. Does that make sense?
Good idea.
And then we have a 30-minute buffer time because it's not going to go as planned. And I know we have 30 minutes to set up the stage, but when we get there, I have no idea, right? So we're going to go with the flow, everyone. So if you're in group 1, you're the beta, okay? All the other groups after, it's going to be smooth sailing, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do after this meeting is I'm going to send calendar invites for your grouping. Does that make sense? So you'll get the calendar block of when you're supposed to be there. So arrive at your time because you're not going to go on stage until like 30 minutes later. Do you understand what I mean? So the other thing I want to point out is I think somebody who's a speaker had a concern about, I think it may have been Michelle. She needed to bring her son. Who was it? Anyway, whoever it is.
It was me.
Okay, yeah. So I just want to point out that we don't want to encourage you to bring an audience, right? So only in circumstances where like she needs to bring her son, is she going to be allowed to bring her son? And her son is gonna be in the audience, I guess, sitting at the back of the theater watching. And you may be thinking, well, my family could have come too, but that's not why her son is there. Does that make sense? Her son is there because she's watching him while she's on stage. She's doing mommy duty and TEDxing duty, okay? So we just kind of don't want, we want it to be safe because you're not going to wear a mask when you're speaking, okay? So we just want to minimize, the number of people there so that way everyone feels safe. And we don't want to have an outbreak and it became because of us, okay? I just kind of want to keep it like clean for everyone, keep it clean for everyone. Okay, so that's pretty much the schedule. We talked about wearing masks. That's mandatory. So everybody needs to wear a mask and we are going to be social distancing. So even if we're wearing masks, we're going to be keeping distance from each other. And if you want to wear any extra PPE, go ahead. It's encouraged, okay? So don't feel like they're going to think I'm being overly cautious. Yes, be overly cautious if you want to be, okay? So the other thing I need to mention is that I'm going to be out. I won't be at the Aurora Theater between 12:30 and 3:30. But I'm hoping that after group 1 has done their thing, that it's kind of smooth sailing after that, if that makes sense. The next thing, just go ahead.
Lisa?
Uh-huh.
Will your video team be able to pick that up and get people to their spots and keep them moving? Is that who's going to be being the little
Chris
mini-me's
is there.
for you?
Chris is there. The speaking coaches are there. Yeah. And I can tell you that this whole thing is happening without me. So I don't even know what's going on. This is a whole TEDx event that I don't even know half of the stuff that's happening. So the important people will be there. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Next is please rehearse your speeches. Okay. We don't want to get on the stage and, I should have practiced. No, please, if you can practice. That way, all we're doing is making sure you look good. Does that make sense? And I would love it if we did one take and then we do take two and they're all awesome and we can't pick the best one because they're both awesome, if that makes sense, okay? So just rehearse, and then the next thing to let you know that it's a talk. So as much as you rehearse, just remember that you're talking to people, okay? So it's not proper, like, you know, just feel comfortable like you're talking to people.
I wanted to, can I ask, and this is something we were discussing earlier, an audience.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking to the camera.
So that's something I wanted to bring. Let me go ahead now.
Okay,
I'm gonna
sure.
bring in Jonathan Swindle and
Russell.
Russell. I almost called you. Yeah, it is Russell Selman. Okay. Why do I feel like I know somebody else who's Selman? Okay, Russell Selman. They're gonna be the ones filming and doing the production. Does that make sense? They're the producers of this show for us. So go ahead and I guess Jonathan and Russell, can you let us know maybe your vision of, like, are you filming with two camera angles? So then that way you're catching them at different angles. Like, what are we doing?
So Russell and I will be there. We'll have a stationary camera that's going to be kind of dead center, and that's going to be capturing you. And then we'll also have another person who will kind of be following you or tracking you through it. So we'll have both of those angles. And then when we go into post, we'll work from both of those. But we would kind of, out of preference, have you look at the stationary camera. Unless, Russell, do you have another opinion on that?
Mute.
You're on
Sounds like it
mute,
doesn't have
Russell.
another.
He's on mute. You're on mute.
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
I would do it as you're looking into the crowd and the stationary camera. That way, because the other one is meant to get angles of you actually talking to a crowd.
Yeah.
So first one, that'll be the crowd. So you're looking at the camera, you're looking straight ahead, and you're giving a talk to people right in front of you.
So that's what we're not trying to record you like you're in a studio. The reason we're getting the theater is so that it looks like you're talking to hundreds of people. So look like you're talking to hundreds of people. Does that make sense? Use the stage and
That was my question. So
Okay.
we were talking about that this weekend with some folks that I was working with. And the question is, are they going to be able, will that camera catch their movement? What's their frame? Are you guys going to mark off where they can go and where they stop? You know, when you're saying look at the camera, you're not saying always look at the camera and give your speech, but it's like there is an audience there that you could pretend, you know, like they do with the sports venues. Now, here's a cutout of the people.
Has everybody here, I guess the easiest way to put it is, has everybody been to Aurora here?
No.
Okay, so I mean, it's like, look at the seats as if they were filled. The camera will definitely be dead center of the stage, and we'll probably get a very good wide view of the stage. I don't think you're going to be walking off the camera because we're going to try to get the whole stage, and I don't believe that any speaker is going to want to walk off of that. So basically, you're standing in front of a group of seats, an audience. So it's just talking to those seats is what you're going to be doing.
So mentally put your favorite people in those seats and then talk to them.
Yeah, I mean, we could do like the Denver Broncos and put South Park in there if you want, but
There you go.
Okay, so the goal here is that you don't, even if the camera is in front of you, the camera is a person, and then there's other people in the chairs. So feel free to use the chairs as people, right? So talk to the people in the audience.
And we'll definitely guide you. I think the day of, if you have any questions, you know, once we're physically there, it'll be a lot easier to kind of explain. You'll see the cameras. You'll see either Russell or myself on the camera that will be tracking you, and that's what is following you. So if you do move around a lot, and for some reason you did come out of frame, or something did happen with the camera that's stationary, we can always cut to that so that we have both of those. That's why there's going to be two of us, so that we really have the best quality footage to produce the best quality product.
Yeah. and then we'll also, because the good thing is this is actually working out really well, I think, because the good thing is you'll be able to do it again if it doesn't work out the first time. Does that make sense? So if this was really on a stage, then I mean, like, if the camera didn't get you, it didn't get you, right? But at this point, we control it, so I think it's gonna be better.
Well, as far as TED Talks, isn't the goal to stay somewhere around or in the red circle?
Not, it's preferred, but it's not. I mean, it's not. It's
Okay.
just a thing. It's just,
Okay.
yeah. You don't have to. I mean, we've had people who did performances / talks, and they were all over the stage. So.
Okay.
Like, don't let the stage and the whole TED and all that affect your talk. If your talk requires you to be like running all over the stage, then run all over the stage,
Sure.
because that's what your talk needs. Okay, so why did I lose my time? There we go. Okay, we have 10 minutes. So look at the audience, but when we get there, you'll get a sense of it. We're not just gonna be like, okay, go film, you know. You'll get comfortable, and then that's why you have a 5 to 7 minute talk to give, and we're giving you 30 minutes to do that. Okay, so that's plenty of time for you to get comfortable. Is anybody using PowerPoint?
I don't think anybody's using PowerPoint. I asked them all.
Yay. Okay, so I'm just gonna delete that because that was an issue. Just know that a press release went out, so the media may come. Chris already mentioned that. I wanted to ask Russell and Jonathan, are you guys planning on taking any photos in addition to filming?
You can.
Yeah,
Do you
I was
need
just
us to?
thinking. Yeah, I was thinking that every speaker should have a photo, a really good quality one of them on the stage, like talking. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yes.
No, that's
So, like
exactly
their
what they need
Facebook
because-
cover page.
Right. So it's something they put on their Facebook page. It goes in their portfolio.
Yeah.
It's a signature talk that they need to be able to have some signature photo that reflects that. That's a great.
So do we
great
want
idea.
to stage a photo like that, or do we want to try to capture it during the?
We can capture
I think
it in
you
the
can
talk.
save it.
I'll be there, so I can
Both.
promise y'all. I'm gonna take tons of pictures with my phone, so you'll have like
Well-
my iPhone photos. But I was just
Okay.
thinking like photography.
What I was thinking, Lisa, what I've seen work really well is that you are doing a faux talk that is designed to provide the photographer the best opportunity to capture you. Because I don't know about everybody else, but when I'm talking, every time the camera clicks, it's like my worst look.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
Yep, my mouth is open, my eyes are all
So,
wonky.
you know,
it looks
you
all
know how
weird.
you do those kind of faux talks and you're moving your lips and you're putting your hands
Yeah.
where you want them,
So
punctuating
for
with your head.
the photo, what we'll do is when you're taking the photo, and we'll make maybe the photo after your talk, right? And we'll just be like, okay, just talk to me. How was your day? Da da da. And you'll just be talking like you're talking on stage, but we're taking pictures. Okay, we'll do that. So we'll do the photos staged. Thank you, Russell and Jonathan. We got the rug and the sign, and we got the schedule talked about. Sarita and Debbie are gonna tag team the sign if we need help. And that's it. It's a wrap, y'all.
Any speakers have any questions?
So I just want to make sure I'm coaching everybody correctly because we talked about this. They're going to be able to move much the same as if you went to look at a TED Talk right now. They're going to have the ability to put some physicality into that presentation. And I think that's important because even though the camera's going to be there, it's not like you're going to be in this really tight little box. So I
Yeah.
think that will help as you're practicing to practice moving. So it becomes naturally when you're in front of that camera so that you forget the camera and talk to the faux people who are in your audience.
Yes. You need to pay attention to the seats. Talk to the seats. And I'm not saying ignore the camera, but just talk to the seats. That's why we're using the theater. Otherwise we would have been in a room somewhere recording you. So yes, use the stage. That's the whole point. The whole point is for you to have a really good video after. Nobody needs to know there was no audience. Okay, I think that's it. We literally have 10 minutes. I'm so excited. So before we leave, Maria's baby's here.
Yeah, he was asleep, but I'm on. He's a person, you guys.
Oh.
He's real.
Oh, look at that sweet baby.
You're a
And he
Ted
has-
baby. He was born on his mommy's audition.
My interview, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh,
He has
okay.
a Halloween. I don't know if anyone likes spooky season, but spooky season, you guys.
Let me take a picture. Okay. Say cheese, baby, and mommy. Oh, so cute. So cute, so cute. Thank you so much for everybody being here. And for those of you who need to leave, thank you so much. I know there was a couple of people who weren't here live when we took the photos. So if anyone needs to leave, they can. But should we take another photo?
Sure.
Because it's getting close to the end and we're going to be done with this, y'all. Okay. 1, 2, 3, say cheese. Okay, I took a bunch. So one of those should be good. And I'll post it. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see you on Saturday. It's the big day.
Thank you, Lisa.
Okay, bye, everyone. Bye.